The signing of Rangers this season shat it when it mattered the most. He had a chance to score a penalty to potentially help Rangers win the Europa League. He didn't do it, he missed it. We've already reviewed the game. We're not going to go spend 10-20 minutes here talking about how good the other 9 penalties were, which, by the way, just made Aaron Ramsey's look even worse. So, Aaron Ramsey hit a bad penalty. Frankfurt hit 5 good penalties. Frankfurt have won. But we've already discussed that. What we need to discuss now is the player ratings. We're going to start with the goalkeeper, then obviously work through the defence, midfield, strikers, and then we'll move on to the subs, and then we'll move on to Gio. And we'll see who will get the highest rating here. We'll see who will get the lowest rating. But I think we all know who's going to get the lowest rating, because it's not really up for debate, in my opinion. But we'll start with Alan McGregor. And this, I actually don't, when you look at it, the grand scheme of things, he didn't have that much to do.
He tipped a couple of shots over, and everything he saved you'd expect him to save. The goal he can't do much about. Didn't save any of the penalties because all the penalties were brilliant.
I wouldn't say great. There was not one great save by McGregor, nor was he really called into needing to make a great save.
Yeah.
But he lost.
I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't save any pens, but I can't really, you can't hold that against him. The penalties were good. I'm going to agree. I think a 6 for McGregor's fair. I mean, you could say it wasn't his best game, but he wasn't really tested. As strange as that sounds, so can you blame him? I can't really say.
Well, I'm never going to cut with logic and say it wasn't his best game, because, I mean...
No, it wasn't his best game, but not by his fault. I mean, he wasn't forced into having to...
McGregor did what he had to do.
Which, unfortunately, was pick the ball at the back of the net 5 times and a penalty shoot. Right, moving on to Tavernier next.
Not the greatest game for Tav, but you know what? He defended well, I believe, and he scored his penalty, and he was a constant threat going forward. I'll give Tavernier a 7.
I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Did score his penalty, got the Rangers off to a good start. The captain stepped up.
I mean, we can say from that throw-in, he let Kostic get the ball in, but the ball in wasn't that good, guys.
That wasn't Tavernier.
It was?
No, Tavernier was the first guy in the box that he couldn't do nothing about the cross. It was I think it was right.
Oh, my bad, right?
It was right. I'm going to give Tavernier a 7.
Regardless, it wasn't his fault.
I mean, if Rangers won, he'd maybe get an 8. Right. I thought he was good, but I mean, they didn't win, so they got a 7. Right. Speaking of a guy that was not good, it's Conor Goldson. Obviously, I think he was to blame for the equaliser. He obviously then shat it. He didn't decide to take a penalty, and you can say
he can wave one of those scarves when he's saying goodbye.
No, you can say that he's a defender, but that's not really an excuse, because we have seen Conor Goldson take penalties before for Rangers. So I mean, it is what it is. But for me, before the equaliser, he was on.
No, should he not be fucking stepping up here?
I mean, he was on. Yeah, I mean, he's an experienced player, supposed to be a big player, supposed to be getting a big move to England, and I mean, really had a shocker. Before the equaliser, he has the ball on the edge of the box, and he passes it straight to the Frankfurt player, and it put Frankfurt 3-on-1, and Frankfurt could have easily equalised that. And I know. Like if Frankfurt do score that, goals change games, and then they probably don't get that other chance to go 2-1 up. But I mean, you could argue that Conor Goldson here
made a shit ton of mistakes, but you know what, guys? He made a massive mistake.
Yeah.
And that was Frankfurt's goal. I can't go for it. I can't. I'll never get over it. Right? So fuck him. He's getting a fucking 0. Cup final and his arse went. Wow. His arse went.
I'm going to give him a 3.
A 3? A 3 for what? 3 mistakes? There's probably more than 3.
I'm going to give him a 3, so I average it at 1.5. I think a 0 is a bit harsh. I mean,
what did he do well?
Not much, but let's speak about what the next guy did well. Bassey.
There was one thing I remember him doing well, right? And it was a ball was launched from out wide on the right, and he didn't even outpace Kostic. He won the ball in front of him. Well done, mate. Well done. Right,
well, let's move on to Bassey then, a guy that did do well. I mean, every time. I mean, I'm not going to say defensively he was fucking great, because there was a few times where he did make errors or he did get beaten, but every single time he tracked back and he pressurised and he stopped. Frankfurt. There was a few times where he was beaten, but he managed to put everything into it. He gave it his all.
I think Bassey's one of those guys who's completely went under the radar,
and he was determined.
Would you not agree with that?
Yeah, to put challenges in and make tackles. For me, probably Rangers' best player.
I'll give him a 9.
I'm going to give him an 8, so that's an 8.5. 8.5. Yeah, I thought Bassey was good today. I mean, I think he's been good all season, to be honest. I mean, especially
he does have off games, but he always gives you effort. That's what you need.
Whether you play him at left back or centre back, he's been really reliable. So
Yeah,
Big up Barisic. Barisic, who I actually thought was alright. Barisic has been ropey. Terrible start to the season. His form lately has been improving a bit. Last couple of months he's picked up his form again. But you still don't really know what you're going to get with Barisic. You don't know if you're going to get the old Barisic or if you're going to get the new and unimproved Barisic. Tonight, I thought he was alright. I'm going to give him a 6.
Yeah, I give him a 6 too.
There you go, 6 then. Boom, boom, boom. No, 6, no 7. Moving on to Ryan Jack. I thought Jack was quiet as fuck tonight. I don't think he influenced the game much. I don't think he had much to do in the middle of the park. In terms of outfield players,
I almost feel like nothing happened in the midfield in this game.
In terms of outfield players, I'd say, well, by outfield players, I mean, for midfield and forward, I think Jack was probably the most quietest guy.
I'll give him a 5, yeah. I thought he was super quiet.
And I'm not saying he was bad, but he was supposed to be one of
Rangers. Better to be quiet than pish.
Supposed to be one of Rangers' big game players, and tonight it doesn't get any bigger than tonight, and he didn't really turn up. I'm going to give him a 5 as well. Like I said, he wasn't horrible, so I don't think you can give him any less than 5, but he didn't really step up. Kamara, I thought actually slightly better than Jack, seemed more involved, had some good passes, he got forward a few times, I believe he had a shot as well.
Yeah,
I'm going to give him a 6.
I'll give him a 6 as well. Next up, Super Jot. The song's great, but it's not great tonight.
Yeah, Lundstrom I thought he seemed to be the deepest out the three midfielders. He was coming back, he was defending at times.
I feel like he didn't put a foot wrong.
He was playing almost like in the middle of. Sometimes he was dropping into the middle of the defence and playing in between Bassey and Goldson. And maybe if he was fucking playing instead of Goldson in defence, and Rangers would end up winning this.
We see him get interviewed after the game. Fucking give the mic to somebody who fucking cost him it.
Yeah, have you noticed that Goldson and fucking Ramsey didn't say shit?
No.
I'm going to give Lundstrom a 7.
I'll give him an 8.
You're going to give him an 8, right? 7.5 then.
Then we moved to the front three. We were kind of questioning why this guy was starting, but Scott Wright, I actually thought was pretty. I mean, some of his turns it was doing Frankfurt in.
I'm going to give him a 7. I mean, so yeah, he had some good turns, but in the end, his end product, like what? What did he really create? Right? Yeah, he had some turns, right, that like he was too quick for the Frankfurt players, and he was creating like space. But in terms of actual creating chances or having a chance for himself, chances created, where was the end product? It wasn't there. I'm giving him a 7.
I think he should have been a sub. I think him and Sakala should just be used as subs with their pace.
Yeah, late. See, right. See if you wait. Obviously, you don't know what's going to extra time. I totally get that. But see if you bring Wright on at the start of extra time when Frankfurt were slowing down and were notably tired. I mean, would Wright not have more of an impact then than he did in the first half?
Yeah, I'm going to give Wright a 6. It wasn't as good as Leipzig, but you know it wasn't that bad.
I'll give him a 7.
And see, to be honest, I think they're throwing fucking Wright in at the deep end.
I'll give him a 7.
He's not getting a game to fucking start.
I tell you what, I did say that he didn't create many chances, or he didn't really create any chances. But maybe if he had fucking more support up front, maybe if he had Morelos up front, then he would have been able to, lay off some assists or stuff like that. So I'm giving him a 6, a 7. You're giving him a 7. You're giving him a 6. I'm giving him a 7. So it's a 6.5. You can't do the maths there. What the fuck? Kent, in my opinion, really quiet, and this is not the first big game where you've needed Kent to step up, and he just hasn't.
He was quiet, but see if you actually watch it. There was times where he was in the corner, and he's fucking skinning 3 at a time.
Yeah, I get that, and I mean, when he does get a chance, he is dangerous, and you know what? Quality wise, at his best, he probably is Rangers' best player, isn't he?
Yeah, I'll give him a 6.
I'll give him a 6 as well, but I mean, I think you wanted more from him, didn't you? Aribo,
you know what?
He's getting used to playing this forward role, even though he's not a forward. And I tell you what, he does an okay job.
He had 2 chances. One, he narrowly missed. It was actually a pretty good effort.
Yeah,
the other chance.
That was.
And yeah, just we brawl at the match, before the match, guys. But yeah, Joe Aribo. You know what? He got one chance that he had to score, and he scored. And I feel like Aribo kind of shouldn't have been took off. I thought Aribo. Why didn't they fucking bring on Roof or something and move Aribo back? Because he's so creative. His touch is brilliant.
I'm going to give Aribo. I mean, he did get the goals. I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, 7's fair.
7. Got the goal. Whatever it is. Right. Let's move on then to the subs. Sakala. I mean, he got fucking subbed on, then he got subbed off.
I'm
To
giving him
me,
a 1.
to me, I think that's subs fashion Sakala up.
Subs.
No subs. It's subs fashion Sakala up. The only thing I actually fucking remember him doing was he receives the ball and just inside the Frankfurt half, with his back to like obviously the Frankfurt goal, and he tries to play a pass back into the Rangers half, and he gives it straight to a Frankfurt player, and he almost played Frankfurt through. You remember that chance?
Yeah, no, I remember. I fucking rewinded it to show how bad it was.
He fucking he created fuck all for Rangers going forward, but he actually created a decent chance for Frankfurt. I'm getting Fashion Sakala. I'll give him a 3.
I'll give him a 1, so it's a 2.
Yeah, it's a 2. I mean,
Arfield up next, came on in the midfield, ran his heart out for Ryan. I think he came off for Ryan Jack.
I'll give him a 6.
I'll give him a 6, yeah.
Bobby Sands.
Like, Arfield lacks a lot of quality, but he gives you a lot of effort.
Right, Bobby Sands. Where are we going with him?
Remember 1690. Big Bobby. He didn't do much wrong. He didn't do much good either. I'll give him a stand-up 6.
So he's no deed. He's getting a 6.
Nah, he's in a pencil case. Right.
Oh, I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6. Screw it. I'll give him a 6. Ramsey.
What this could have been.
Now, I mean, it's really hard to rate Ramsey. I mean, what he had, by the time he gets brought on, he's less than 5 minutes, and he has a missed penalty.
I'm going to give him a 3.
A 3?
Because you know what? It's not all down to him. I know you can say it is, but a lot. So, factors out of his control. I mean, I think if Ramsey and Roof get brought on earlier, I'm at the game. Obviously, it's a different fucking game. You see when they came on, man.
Here's a question: does Ramsey need to take a penalty? See when it goes to penalties, does he have to put his name forward?
No, I know Ramsey's bottled the penalty. He's took it, but fucking fair play to him. He stood up. He's probably thought, I've been fucking shit here. I'm going to step up and take this. And it's backfired. But I can respect that.
But I
can honestly respect that.
What happens if he doesn't take one and Rangers still lose in the first 5? Would people say, why the fuck do you bring Ramsey on and not let him take a penalty?
Exactly, yeah, they would.
I'll give him a 2, you're giving him a 3, so that's a 2.5.
You see where I'm coming from? You don't respect the guy a bit?
Look, yeah, we've seen glimpses, right, of quality for Ramsey, but I think his time as a top player's done. And it has been done for a while now.
Yeah, I tell you what, guys, see if this prick puts Scotland at the fucking World Cup, I'll batter him. Imagine he scores a winning penalty in Scotland or something. Fuck
God. See, oh my God, I don't even want to think about that. Imagine that. Jesus Christ, right? Kamara Roof, again, similar to Ramsey, got brought on, not enough time to do anything.
He was really good when he came on, though.
He
fucking took them out of the game, create a great chance that Kent should score, but I'm not going to pin too much on Kent. I'm going to give Roof a 7.
I'll give him a 6, so it's a 6.5. And moving up, we do now the manager. Last but not least, it's Gio van Bronckhorst.
I feel like he got the tactics right. It's just the subs. I don't know what's going on. They weren't reactive, but I did say when we won the up, right, make changes. I did. I'm going to give Gio a 4.
I don't know if the starting 11 was right, to be honest. I really don't.
If there is fitness problems, which there is, I can see it. I can.
In my opinion, if there's fitness problems, why you bring them on at all? I mean, a couple of minutes, what's that going to do?
I know. If you're fit enough to be in the bench, you're fit enough to play like half an hour at least.
Not
4 minutes.
See if someone's got fitness issues, right, or an injury concern, I don't want them taking a penalty in the fucking penalty kick shootout. So I'm gonna give Gio a 2. I mean, when you look at the front 3, is that really the 3 that should be taken fucking to the starting 11 in a Europa League final? I don't think so. And then he leaves it so fucking late to bring on Roof and to bring on Kent. The fact that he felt the need to bring on Sakala at all, only to sub him off, that tells me that's a mistake. That tells me that he's. And I guess you could applaud him for at least admitting it. You could be like, right, Sakala's doing nothing here. I'm going to take him off.
Yeah.
But see when you have to sub off a player that you subbed on, unless it's like an injury related thing, or someone's getting like a red card and you need to drop something. I don't know. To me, it's a 2 for me. You're giving them a 3. It's a 2.5, guys. And that is it. That is what we're going to do. We give Rangers a rating overall. If I'm giving them overall, I'll give them a 5. There were some good performances tonight, But I mean,
It was individuals that fucked them. That
yeah,
includes the manager.
yeah.
Players in that Rangers team do not deserve to be on the losing side, but they are. That's the way football is, guys.
It was a bad final. Like, I mean, Frankfurt can't really come away from this and go, "Oh, we dominated, we deserve to win." I mean, it was a 50-50 game, and I mean, Frankfurt just hit. They hit one more better penalty than Rangers. Because let's not say Rangers penalties weren't good. They were.
I know, but I honestly feel like, I mean, when they did score, make it 1-each, I feel like there was a spell just after that where they were better, but I feel like after about 80 minutes, Frankfurt were done. I think they were there for the taking. But I feel like...
But Rangers, didn't they take them, guys?
Rangers were just like, we'll get into extra time. We'll get the penalties. That's what the mindset was. It was fucking ridiculous.
Yep. Anyway, that is it. Till next time.
It's an unforgettable night, guys, for all the wrong reasons.
Peace.